Hey guys, this video is on the symptoms of pregnancy, and just quickly before I jump into the symptoms, I thought I would just let you know that if my very dear friend is 3.5 months pregnant, I'm sorry, and she didn't find out until yesterday. She just texted me and told me that she was pregnant, and she was telling me some of the symptoms that she felt. And she said, you know what, why don't you just make a video on it for other moms, because I had all these symptoms but I didn't even know I was pregnant. So I thought I would just share them with you. Excuse me. The first one, it's probably, this might not be for every single woman, especially like not in the beginning of your pregnancy, but some women do notice this, and I definitely did. But literally right when I got pregnant, I all of a sudden was just craving so many different foods. Like it was it was like weird things too that I didn't normally like artichokes, which I normally can't stand. And all I wanted was artichokes, or like things like that. And the reason why you crave these is because once you're pregnant, your body is giving nutrients to the baby, and that's the reason why you're actually having a shortage of nutrients, which is why your body's craving specific foods, because those foods that you're craving are usually, for the most part, they have something in there that will replenish, the shortage in your body of nutrients. I hope that made sense to you. The second thing is going to the washroom more often than normal. Like again, this can happen to some women like from day one, like the first day of ovulation, or it can happen, around 3-4 months. It just really depends. I definitely noticed this one right away as well. And the reason why you go to the washroom more often is because when you're pregnant, you have an increase of the HCG hormone. And this happens once the embryo is implanted in the uterine wall. So when that happens, like I said, you get an increase of HCG, and that is a hormone, and it just, I guess, makes you go to the bathroom more. And that's also when you take a pregnancy test, and the test tells you if you're positive or negative. What it's using is the levels of HCG in your body. If your body, or the pregnancy test notices that you have an increased level of HCG as a pregnant woman, then it'll tell you that it'll come up positive for pregnancy. Another thing is implantation spotting. I didn't have this, and a lot of women don't. I hear actually many women who don't, but some do, so I thought I would just throw it in there. A lot of women it's called implantation spotting, and it's usually between the 8th and 12th day of ovulation. I think it has something to do with the embryo being implanted into the uterine wall, and that causes some bleeding. But it's nothing to worry about. Like, it's usually just a very tiny little bit, and a lot of people actually mistake it for the early like onset of a period or something like that, but usually it's not, especially if you just had your period, like a couple weeks back. But that could indicate pregnancy, so keep an eye out for that. Another thing is if you're feeling tired all the time, there's once you're pregnant, you get higher levels of progesterone in your body, which kind of makes you feel like you've been exercising all day long, and you just constantly feel tired. It's literally like, I think I was 1 week pregnant, and I was so tired. I was like lying on the couch and having like 4 naps a day. Like, I was just so tired, and I wasn't doing anything. So like I said, it's just, it really depends. Again, you might not feel this, or you may, but most women actually feel tired once they get pregnant. So there's that one. And there's, sorry, I'm losing my voice. There's also sore and swollen breasts. This one hit me instantly. Like literally as soon as, like, I woke up one morning, and it was actually 2 days after I was charting my periods and all that, so I know when I got pregnant, the day that I got pregnant, and it was like 2 days after I got pregnant. Instantly my breasts were like swollen, and they were sore, and right away I was like, they look bigger, and then I was like, I could be pregnant. Like, that was the very first thing that ever told me, or that I could be pregnant, and it was true, because I was pregnant after I took a pregnancy test. So and one of the last symptoms is nausea. Again, I had this one from day one. Like, there was, like, literally I would walk into a store, and if there was, like, I couldn't stand meat, like sausage or anything like that. So if I even saw a sausage, I would want to puke. But then someone was like I go to Costco sometimes, and on Saturdays they give you samples of things, and someone was giving a sample of the sausage. They were cooking it, and I literally puked in Costco right on the floor. Like, I couldn't handle it. I was like, what the heck? And that was like one of the second biggest indicators that I was pregnant. But yeah, you could just have like a discomfort if you see certain foods, or you smell certain foods, or it doesn't have to be foods. It could also be like body odors. If you're, someone is beside you on the bus, and they lift up their arm and they have a smelly armpit, that might bother you, and you might actually puke. But yeah, and also like if you're feeling just like discomfort in your stomach all the time, like you just don't feel right, that is also probably like a good indicator that you are pregnant. Um, but yeah, those are just some of the symptoms. Of course, there are so many more, and every woman's different, and every woman's going to experience different things. But these are pretty much like the generic ones that most women should actually notice or feel, especially if you're very, excuse me, especially if you're very aware of your body. Um, if you notice these differences, then you'll be like, okay, yeah, there's something different going on because this wasn't like that before. And I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm getting sick or something, but then yeah, and then it might be an indicator that you're pregnant, and you might want to go either see a doctor or get a pregnancy test. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and a big shout out to my friend. I am leaving her anonymous, but just congratulations on your little baby. Hopefully it's a boy so you can play with my baby. Anyways, bye.